Oh my god, it's already the end of the year, and that means it's time to get a brand new laptop to start your 2023. If you have no money for expensive laptops, don't worry, we got you because we're back with another best budget buys. This time, we're tackling laptops under 5,000 ringgit. Let's get it! Wait, before we continue with the video, I have an important announcement to make. SoyaCincau's is hiring! We are looking for driven, like-minded individuals to join our growing team. But wait, you might be wondering, why would I want to work here? Well, let me show you. You get to work here with some of the most incredible creatives.
Dude, Honda City sebiji macam BMW 3 You're comparing that cheap car to the ultimate driving machine. Wake up!
You get access to incredible studios like this and all of this cool equipment.
Hey, I'm trying to work here. Can you get out of here? What the?
You also get free parking.
Get out of the way!
So, are you interested? Hit the link below to see what positions we have available. For this video, we're going to be breaking it down into categories, which means that we'll have a laptop recommendation for different kinds of use cases. Some of them have retail prices over 5,000 ringgit, but you can often find them on discount for less, so your mileage may vary a tiny bit. With that out of the way though, let's get into the first category. We'll start with a simple MacBook recommendation. For this budget, the best would be the 4,399 ringgit MacBook Air with the M1 processor. It's pretty much the only thing that you can get for below 5,000 ringgit, but it's still quite a capable Mac for work and media consumption. It's powered by Apple's M1 processor with 8 CPU cores and 7 GPU cores, and it's got 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of internal storage. While that doesn't look mighty impressive on paper, the MacBook Air's strengths shine when you consider the other features, like the crisp 13.3-inch Retina display that pushes a resolution of 2560 by 1600 pixels. The 18-hour battery life is also great, and it has solid speakers for its class. If you're a creator on the go, then we'd recommend getting the 16-inch Lenovo IdeaPad 5 Pro. Its RRP is slightly over budget, coming in at 5,309 ringgit, but you can often find them on sale for under 5,000 ringgit. The highlight is the 16-inch WQXGA IPS display that pushes 350 nits of brightness and a 120Hz refresh rate. Its specs are also nothing to scoff at, packing an AMD Ryzen 5 6600HS processor with 16 gigs of RAM and a 512 gig SSD alongside an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050 graphics card. Keeping the lights on is a 75 watt-hour battery that's rated for up to 9 hours of use. There's also a plethora of ports including an HDMI port, a USB-C port, a USB-A port, a card reader, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. There's a reason why the Acer Nitro 5 is a popular laptop among the budget-conscious gamers. Yes, it currently retails for an RRP of 5,999 ringgit, but if you pick up the last-gen Nitro 5 instead, you can definitely find it for below 5,000 ringgit. Just because it's last-gen though doesn't mean that it's a slouch. This laptop packs an Intel Core i7-11800H processor with 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gig SSD, plus an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 graphics card. It also features a 15.6-inch Full HD IPS display with a 144Hz refresh rate and 3 millisecond response time. Keeping the lights on is a 57.5 watt-hour battery, and you even get a spare HDD slot in case you want to add more storage. I/O includes a USB-C port, 3 USB-A ports, an HDMI port, an Ethernet port, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. If all you want to do is Netflix and relax, then the 4,799 ringgit Asus ZenBook 14 OLED is the laptop for you. I'm not sure if you've ever used a laptop with an OLED screen before, but when I did, it was absolutely awesome. The visual experience was just so stunning with great contrast, deep blacks, and vibrant colors. This ZenBook packs a 14-inch OLED display that pushes a resolution of 2880 by 1800 pixels, so everything is just crisp. On top of that, it has a refresh rate of 90Hz and a peak brightness of 600 nits. Plus, it's also a 16:10 aspect ratio, which I personally prefer when using my laptop for work and web browsing. Inside, the ZenBook is powered by an Intel Core i5-1240P processor, 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of SSD storage. There's also a 75 watt-hour battery that Raymond has personally tested to get 6 hours of battery life on heavy usage. Despite being a thin and light though, you're still being treated to a nice set of I/O with a USB-A port, 2 USB-C ports, an HDMI port, a 3.5mm headphone jack, and a micro SD card slot. Rounding out today's list though, Raymond insisted that I include his new favorite bang for buck laptop, and that's the Acer Aspire 7. It's probably the newest laptop here, but for 3,899 ringgit, it looks like a great starter laptop. Inside, the device is powered by an Intel Core i5-1240P processor, and that's mated to 8 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of SSD storage. If 8 gigs of RAM is not enough for you, the savings that you can get here can be put into a second 8GB stick of RAM, which is currently about 100 ringgit, and then you can pop it into the extra RAM slot on the Aspire 7. There's also a 15.6-inch Full HD IPS display that has a 144Hz refresh rate, and all of that is powered by an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650 graphics card. There is a 50 watt-hour battery in here, as well as a plethora of I/O ports, including an HDMI port, 3 USB-A ports, a USB-C port, and a 3.5mm audio jack. Alright, that's it for this video. Did we miss any great laptops under 5,000 ringgit? Let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.